I know. I'm so sorry I ghosted you guys for 4 weeks. I feel so much shame over this, but I hit a creative block and I just got a new job. I'm giving you the real tea of how to make yourself unshakable to any negative energy and jealousy. This topic is super important right now because we are living in a world of monitoring spirits, jealous friends, and everyone's on social media. Everyone's a hater. Everyone's judging from their phone. Back in the day, we used to have reality TV to forecast our jealousy, but now we have our phones. You remember back in the day, you might not remember the tabloids and Page 6 and the Shade Room. That's where people used to get their tea. That was the safe space for people to judge and be jealous. But now everyone's a critic from their phone. So that's making everyone privy to jealousy and criticism and judgment. But I'm going to give you the tea on how to become unshakable. And that's by having a growth mindset. When the only person that you're in competition with is yourself, when you're always evolving and growing as a person, when you're always leaving your past self behind from 3 months ago, every 3 months on rotation, like an Amazon rotation purchase, no one can keep up, not even yourself. Your mom's losing track of your goals because every 3 months your goals change and evolve. This is what having a growth mindset does to your life. Having a growth mindset will make you unshakable to any jealous and negative energy anyone is putting towards you. When you're constantly working on yourself, eating healthy, working on your body, working on your skill set, feeding your mind knowledge, and growing your spiritual connection to the Most High, you're protected at all times. I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to become unshakable by having a growth mindset. Number 1 is knowing what you want out of life and not getting distracted. This world is full of distractions. Right here. This is the enemy to knowing what you want, because when you're constantly consuming other people's lives, I don't blame you for forgetting why you are here in the first place. You have to know exactly what you want and remind yourself multiple times a day of the end goal, because no one's coming to save you. You're the only one that's going to make your dreams come true. So how do you know what you want? You have to tap into your authenticity, baby. You have to tap into your inner child. What drove you insanely passionate as a child? What made your eyes glow when you saw it on a billboard? What type of art are you gravitated to? And what type of spaces light you up? What skill set have you done in your life that really made you shine like a shining star? Everybody in this world has a gift. Everybody in this world has talent. But until you remove all the society conditioning, you will never know what makes you a star. This is going to take intentional work. You can read a few books, do deep dive journaling, work with a life coach, go to a retreat, heal yourself, remove the trauma, remove the negativity. When you tap into your most authentic self, you will know what you want out of this life. Because let me tell you, before I healed myself in my younger 20s, I thought I wanted to live on the Upper East Side because I loved Gossip Girl. I thought I wanted to live on the Upper East Side, have a golden retriever, and marry a guy like Big from Sex and the City. I designed my life off of what I saw on TV. How did you think that went? I got close. I was in a long-term relationship with an amazing young version of Mr. Big. I was living in Midtown Manhattan in a penthouse apartment. I was working in corporate America, and I was really close to creating that life permanently. And thank goodness it all shattered. it all shattered, and I was able to start from scratch. But there's a lot of people that can't go back. There's a lot of people that married that man or married that woman. There's a lot of people that had kids with the wrong partner. There's a lot of people that invested so much and now they can't pivot, and they realize 10 years later in the relationship that is not what their authentic selves want. So be grateful that you're able to start over and start your healing journey to find your authentic self. Number 2, set goals. Set a vision for where you want to be in 5 years. Set a vision for where you want to be in 10 years. Set a vision for the legacy that you want to leave on this earth. Who are you? What do you want to be remembered for? These are the goals and the visions that are going to hold you accountable when you're making decisions every day. It's so easy to make decisions blindly and not from a place of intention. But when you know your future self, what she's wearing, what she's doing every day, and how she feels, you'll make decisions for her or him. You're basically living with intention. And yes, I still want you to be present when you're living this way, but let's be intentional, because no one's coming to save you. The only person that's going to hand you your dream life is you, and you're going to create it. And on this channel, we are going to work on this together, okay? Tip number 3 for having a growth mindset is do the things that are going to make you grow. These are going to be hard things. These are the scary things. What's keeping you small is you not taking action. To grow, you have to take action. Start taking actions on those things that you say you want to do. It took me 8 years to post a video on YouTube, but I knew 8 years ago that I wanted to be a YouTube creator. What if I started 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago? Who would I be now? But I was scared. I was scared to take action. The things that you are afraid of are the number one things that you need to do right now. Doing the things that you are afraid of are going to open the doors to your dreams. If no one told you, Alexa told you. Anytime you feel fear, when you are hit with a decision to make, the fear means that the answer is yes. And I want you to walk in there bold. If it goes wrong, you learned a lesson that you don't have to make again. Stubborn people make the same decision over and over again. We're not insane in this channel. We're just like a little delulu. A little delulu gets you a long way. Take it from me. I grew up from a traumatic childhood. Poor. I was fed by the government, and I never knew what abundance and luxury was. And I've manifested a luxury. I'm recording this video from the 40th floor of a luxury building in New York. If I can do it, you can do it. But I had to take a lot of risk. I had to embarrass myself so many times. Nothing was ever given to me, especially as a woman of color in Manhattan, where I am a minority in every single room. And my number 4 tip to having a growth mindset and getting what you want out of this life is to have high standards. But have high standards that align to you. That goes back to knowing what you want, being your most authentic self. You can be inspired, have role models, have mentors, and have visions, but your standards should be things that light you up. Every single time I've lowered my standards, life slapped me. Lowering your standards in hopes that it will be the thing that you want is betraying yourself. Stop betraying yourself. Your future self, think about your future self looking at you settling. They're looking at you crazy. Having a growth mindset means not settling. Set the standard, behave at that standard, and everything will align. Anything lower than that standard, block, delete, move on. Keep it pushing. No one's going to come at you with a higher standard than you believe you deserve. You set the standard for your life. If you set no standard, then you're basically like a garbage truck picking up everything. We're picking up what we choose to pick up. I'll take that and leave everything else to everyone else, to the ones that don't have standards, to the people that don't know what they want. Let them pick that up. But you know what you want. And the key to getting what you want is not telling the universe and telling God that you are open to anything, just going with the flow. I lived with going with the flow and trying different things out for a long time. Deep down inside, I knew what I wanted. I wanted respectful, loving, abundant relationships. I wanted to do a job that made me smile every day. I wanted to utilize my God-given talents to make an impact in this world. I wanted to make people smile. But for a long time, I didn't live that way. I worked a remote job in tech for 2 years where I was just in my apartment scheduling interviews. I worked in finance where I was printing paperwork and documents, smiling at millionaires that hated their lives. What do you think that did to me, being in environments that didn't fulfill me? It made me become smaller and crush my aura. Your aura reacts to your environment. Having high standards will prevent you from being in environments that crush your aura, your happiness, your authentic self. And number 5 to having a growth mindset is never stop growing. Never stop challenging yourself. Feed yourself in all areas of life. Nutrition, skincare, self-care, happiness, joy, playfulness, your wardrobe, your money, every single aspect of your life. You should always pay attention. Where am I at now? Where am I at according to my goals? A lot of people, especially if you grew up like me in poverty, you don't want to manage your money because money has probably hurt you many times in your life. But guess what? The only way you can improve your money is by looking at your money, by calculating your money. And even if you don't want to do this, you can hire someone. You can download an app. Make your money work for you. But avoiding your money is not going to work. Feed yourself financial literacy. Get your blood work done and see what type of foods are good for you. Analyze all of your relationships and where you're spending the most time and really tell yourself, is this relationship feeding my higher self? No one is coming to save you. You set the standard. And that's what it means to have a growth mindset. To have a mindset that is never satisfied. I know that sounds uncomfortable to even live that way, but you can take it to as an extreme as you want. It could just be like every single year you evolve your fitness routine. Every single year you grow your creative projects. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will believe in you. Always growing, always evolving is the best gift you can give to yourself. Because every single day you go to bed knowing that you tried your best. And that's the best form of self-love you can do.